Instagram, apparently. Going live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wrestling is Awesome. I'm your host, Kenan, and we are going live for our live podcast. We're doing a weekly show now. Basically, we cover everything from Raw and Smackdown. We cover all the major storylines, and as is a live show, you guys can get involved. So head over into the comments, let us know your thoughts, and yeah, be a part of it. I'm navigating a few different chats here, so you're gonna have to bear with us as we try and keep up with this. It's only the second time we've gone live on a live episode.
Second time we've gone live, and you've decided to do Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Talk about running before you can crawl.
Absolutely.
Hi, live stream, by the way.
I've just seen your video for this live, and I thought I would watch. Fantastic. Yeet Police, welcome. Thank you. I sent out a little video about half an hour ago saying, join us. If you're a fan of wrestling, this is where to be. This is where we're at. Okay, so right, I'm going to introduce my panel here on Wrestling is Awesome. And first up, we have Alex. How you doing, Alex?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm being distracted by my friends in a Discord that everyone's gone mad with these AI ChatGPT caricatures of people. Yes. So we did them of all, well, someone in I think Neil did them of all of us yesterday, and my Discord chat is now sending them me. I've got one of me as the Demon Finn Balor.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Whatever. I'll take that. The Demon was great until he got scuppered by a turnbuckle.
Oh.
Do you not remember that?
Yes.
When it is Roman, he mentioned it today.
Yes,
actually, funnily enough. See, I knew I'd turn that right back round to today's show. But yeah, hello YouTube, and Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, I need to have a look and see where these Instagram comments are coming, because that's on another page. I'm going to need like 5 screens. This is ridiculous. Okay, so also joining me is Lolly. How you doing, Lolly?
Not too bad. Thank you very much for having me back.
Oh, absolute pleasure. And how have you enjoyed this last week of WWE?
I've enjoyed it immensely, actually. There was a lot going on in Smackdown. I caught up on Raw literally just before coming on here, so it should be hopefully pretty fresh from what happened. And I thought it was quite an exciting Raw.
Okay. I had mixed feelings on Raw, which we'll go into. Felt like it was a little bit of a botch fest this week, but and there's some things just didn't quite hit, and we'll come on to that. And Mr. HR himself, say HR, and he appears. Lee, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, buddy. I'm coming live across the border today, so I'm about 20 minutes
We've
from...
gone international.
We have. I'm 20 minutes from our WWE champion and my employee of the month so far, Drew McIntyre's hometown. So, yeah. I enjoyed Raw. I'm on Team Lolly.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. So.
All right. Well, we'll start digging into it. So, first off, let's talk about the big breaking news of the last week, which is Braun Breaker being injured, and it seems like he suffered a hernia, which he had to have surgery for. Rumor has it he actually did it on last week's show. When he flipped the table. That's some of the reports that are coming in. But has this scuppered WrestleMania plans? What does it all mean? So, Alex, what are your thoughts?
It's scuppered every plan, basically, because the vision is interweaved into everything, and Braun was at the middle of it all. And I expected him to interfere in the title match between Roman and Punk. Well, that's not going to happen now. So very, very interesting. I'd be very surprised as well if the hernia was from lifting a table.
You think he's lifted heavier things?
I think it was probably more likely he did it in the gym, in training, doing other things, getting over exuberant with the weights, rather than just lifting a table. But I did see, again, honestly, I swear, some of the Facebook wrestling groups exist purely to make shit up. And put out the worst possible takes they possibly can ever do imaginable. Dirt sheets. WWE dirt sheets are the worst one on Facebook. It drives me insane. But I think I'm keeping them alive with my irreverent comments of how angry I am at them. But yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do at WrestleMania now. I mean, maybe we'll just get a clean match between the two of them, or Seth Rollins will come back.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
it all depends whether he's going to come back and Braun can come back in time. You know, it's quite a big surgery. I wonder whether he was actually injured prior to the Rumble, and that's why they maybe manipulated this story. But the fact that he was suspended and then came back and was on Raw last week and pushed out of the arena, I'm not so sure, because I think he was actually probably supposed to be in the triple threat qualification match, which Austin Theory ended up taking that spot. So that's kind of where I see that kind of happening. In the comments, let's have a look. Oh god, it's kicking off. Hold on, lads. So Biker Fishy, mega gutted. He's my dude and very disappointed. Tells you though, exercise isn't that great for you unless you like hernias. Very true, which is why I have this physique.
Put them away, Lee. Okay, can we make a rule that Lee has to wear sleeves?
Yes, that's a good shout, actually. That's a good shout. SS Racing going to weigh in medically here. Pardon the pun. Very well done, sir.
Oh yeah, Sam is a doctor.
Oh, is he? Oh, right. Okay.
Sam's a doctor.
So Sam, if he's had this hernia operation, what kind of period are we talking that he might be out for? You know, what's kind of the minimum and then the maximum? David Jonas, I'm ready for Finn versus Punk at the Chamber. Yes, we will definitely be coming on to that. I am Yeet Police. I reckon they're going to change it from Bronson to Theory. That seems, yeah, I think that's probably where they're going to go with it. So obviously that then led into the triple threat match. So let's kind of talk about that. So we had the qualification matches over on Raw and SmackDown this week. We'll talk about the main event of Raw, which was Austin Theory versus Penta versus LA Knight. Yeah. What did you guys think of the match? Lottie, what did you think of the match?
I quite enjoyed the match, to be honest. I'm actually warming up to LA Knight. I wasn't the biggest LA Knight fan to begin with.
Yeah.
This match, I was just like, oh, actually, you know, he's doing all right. I don't mind him.
For me, that I think with that match, you had a good mix of wrestlers in that match, because you got Penta, who's luchador-y, high flyer, does some crazy stuff. You've got Austin, who's incredibly technical. I think he's not appreciated quite as much as he is for some of the things that he is capable of in the ring. So I think he was the technical element of it. And then you've got Smash Mouth Bruiser in LA Knight, and that's always going to produce for you a good match. And yeah, I thought they did really well. I think Austin Theory was great in this match. I actually think Theory was the star of the match, which is a lot when someone like Penta is in a match. To outshine Penta is quite impressive. I like his new To the Ring garb that he's done. I don't like his new song. I like his old song. I thought his old song was really good. Why do they keep changing everybody's songs? It's starting to get really annoying. I hadn't noticed the Stephanie Vicaire change. I didn't notice it, and I'm like, it's just another generic song. What's the point? But yeah, so no, for me, that was a really great match.
Yeah. Lee, thoughts?
Yeah, agreed. I thought it was brilliant. Loved it. I kind of would have liked to have seen Penta go over. I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan. I think Penta in the Chamber would have been sweet. But yeah, other than that, I liked LA Knight's intensity at the end when he was yelling at the camera. That did actually get me a bit intrigued in him. Okay. And then, who is this masked thug?
Absolutely. Let's come on to
that. It's not Logan Paul, is it?
No.
Exactly.
And it's not Adam Pearce.
No. SS Racing. So coming on, SS Racing said 13 weeks healing, roughly 90 days no lifting. Anything more than kettle in weight is the general guidance. Otherwise, it will reopen. So that's a hell of a number of weeks. We're talking 3 months there. So it's very likely that he could miss WrestleMania.
Heyman said he was deadlifting, I think, didn't he? I think he was deadlifting more weight than...
kind of the story. Yeah, exactly that.
I can believe that.
Because obviously it's Adam Pearce's fault for driving him crazy. Yeah, let's talk about the Masked Man. So after the Royal Rumble, there was all the theories. It's Logan Paul. It's Jake Paul. It's, Seth, we figured it wasn't going to be. But now we have a situation where the masked person comes in. Logan Paul is ringside. Adam Pearce is ringside. So who is the masked individual? Have we had any more thoughts? Oh, go on, Lee.
It's not me. I think it's Jake Paul. I was looking at the build.
No,
and
he was at the Olympics.
Was he?
He was at the Olympics cheering on his fiance, who won a gold medal in fast skating.
We'll cut this bit. Cut this bit, Kenham.
Well, that's entirely blown that one because
I mean, it could make it out to be him later, but
could be various people.
But then they're going to say
It could be Retribution. Maybe they brought Retribution back, and it could be them. Lolly has no idea who Retribution is.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, okay.
I just saw you go blank. So it was during COVID, wasn't it? Retribution. So during COVID, they brought in a really cool group to like disrupt the whole of the show, and it was great to do it because they could do it because it was all pre-taped and all this kind of stuff. They could do some really cool stuff with it, and then they absolutely fucked it. It was going so well, it was going to be brilliant, and then they jobbed them all out, and it quickly went away.
It was some of the worst names for characters I've ever heard in my life. It was like T-Bar and Mace, and I can't remember the other one.
And the problem was, it was some really good. The problem was, it was some really good wrestlers behind it, and there was a real potential for it to be good. Mi Chin was in it. Djokovic, not Djokovic.
he's pulling a cannon.
What's his name? Dijak, whatever his name is. Anyway, him and the guy who was a commentator, who they had, who was Mace, and then they had it all headed up by Ali, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
And it was going to be brilliant, and they fucked it.
Slapjack, that was the other one.
So what do we know? What do we know about the mask?
Sorry, I derailed the show again. My apologies.
No, that's fine.
He's got like a beard, but is it like a dark beard or is it a blonde beard? Because it looks like different colours
Blonde.
and different lights.
It looks like a blonde beard. It was more evidence at the Rumble, but you did see the mouthpiece this week, and it still did seem to have a little bit of a blonde beard. Some people have said Grayson Waller. I mean, unless the beard is part of the mask, it's not him. I don't even think Grayson Waller can grow a beard, even if he wanted to. Yeah, I don't think it's him. I think it's maybe it's a new signing. Maybe it's someone we don't even know about yet. It's very,
I had like a really
strange.
random thought the other day, although I think his beard is too dark for it. I thought it might be Matt Cardona. I don't know why.
The man hasn't got the shoulders. The man hasn't got the shoulders
No.
of Matt Cardona.
You guys are better at addressing the physiques than I am. I'm just like,
It's just the guy's just very slender.
He's slender and tall, yeah.
Which is part of the reason I don't think it's Jake Paul, because Jake Paul's well built.
He's not.
He's quite.
Yeah. Yeet Please reckons is John Moxley. No, he's still tied with AEW.
Again, not big enough to be Mox either.
No, exactly.
Is
The only
anybody,
person
like,
who's
on
big
the-
enough. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, is anybody on the independent circuit, but still sort of signed up to WWE? Sort of
Maybe
like the
it's Joe
developmental-
Hendry.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It could be Joe Hendry.
Could you imagine if they turned Joe Hendry? Oh, is it? Hang on. Is this person a babyface or is this person a heel?
Well, I did do a TikTok video ages ago where I said I would have had the masked man as Joe Hendry. And instead of him being like this light-hearted character, it'd be like Bloody Mary. Whereas if you say his name, he's then like this like really scary character.
Say
Oh,
his name
turn
3
him
times.
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite cool. That's a brilliant way to turn him heel. I love that.
Say it 3 times, yeah.
Steve in the chat has said F it, it's Paige.
Yeah. Okay, baby.
I would love that.
Are we rotating back to Seth Rollins? I mean, at this point, like I said, because he's so covered, they could make it out to be anyone, and they're just biding their time until Seth comes back and they say it was him.
Physique-wise, the only person I think it could be is Seth Rollins. But maybe it's people they're trying to portray as Seth until Seth is fit. So actually, it's not actually Seth at the moment, but it will end up being Seth, if that makes sense. Which actually is a very clever way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not a professional wrestler, obviously, but the
You're built like one, though, Lee.
Stop
So
it.
I didn't mean to laugh so quickly.
The kick and the stomp it doesn't look as crisp and clean as you would expect of somebody of Seth Rollins' caliber that's been doing it for so long.
And that's why I think it is someone else. If it was to be revealed to be Seth, it's not actually him, but they can make it out to be him later on. But yeah, it's not that clean. I agree.
Maybe it's Mr. Lizard and it's Layeska.
That's what someone
Sure,
said.
it's not a puppet.
Oh my
It's a
God.
puppet.
It's
It's a
Kermit.
puppet.
They've just launched the Muppet Show. Maybe it's Kermit.
Is this going to be like the Raw general manager, where it's just they're just going to keep going on until like
It's
WrestleMania?
Hornswoggle.
Yeah, then it's going to be revealed at WrestleMania. It's completely someone who doesn't fit the description at all.
The
I like-
gobbledygooker.
yeah, exactly. Crazy.
Could it be
Anyway,
McAfee? That's not a. Is it wrong body type for McAfee?
That's not
Ooh.
terrible.
Ooh.
Okay.
It could be Pat, because Pat's
Yeah.
Pat's that kind of, he's not massive in any dimension. He's just, a standard shape.
That's not a bad shout.
It fits
Is
the
it-
whole can do wrestling moves, but doesn't look as clean and crisp. He's
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
we've cracked it.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. That was a pretty good shout. Right, well, let's what you're going to say, let's go one-on-one with the Undertaker, 100%. Right, let's talk about the other qualification matches. So we also had Lash Legend versus Chelsea Green versus Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany managed to survive the power of Lash, the cunning of Chelsea Green, and even her wardrobe to make sure that she qualified for the Elimination Chamber. Alex, give me your thoughts.
This match was rough.
Mm,
This match was rough.
It was.
Tiffy looked rusty, and I like Tiffy. I think she's generally incredible in the ring. She looked rusty, and Lash looked not ready for a match like that. I think when you're in a match where you portray her as the big beast, she can dominate the match a bit like Jade Cargill. But when she had to take the bumps, I don't think that went too well for her.
Right, okay.
But I didn't like the matchup anyway, because I want Lash and I want Tiff in the chamber.
yeah.
So unless they always generally run a losers match, don't they, to take the last spot? So hopefully Lash will win that, because I think if Lash is built to be in the chamber, and if she's not in the chamber, it's an absolute waste. That's the problem with a lot of these matches.
Yeah. Okay. Jordy Haynes on Instagram said he says Alex has a point. You can see it turning out to be Seth at the end, but it's not him right now. What else? The Vision has no vision. Very well put. How did Lash not win that match, especially with the good showing she had in the Rumble? Yeah, I agree. It seems a bit of a waste to put her over in the Rumble the way that they did, and then have her lose this match, because I think she'd be awesome in the chamber.
So there was lots of criticism about this call online, and the thing is Tiffy was never going to lose that match. It's her first match back. She's not losing. She was always going to be a top draw for the chamber, and Lash can lose that match, but especially the way that she did lose the match. It wasn't a clean finish on her, in the sense that it took a while to finish her off, and it was capitalized on it. So it's one of those things where somebody's got to be a fall guy. She can't just win, and Tiffy was always going to get that win, and she snuck the win.
Yeah, but she could have gone through in a different qualification, so it's not necessarily about that match. But I think Lash would have been a good pick for the chamber. That was kind of more where I was going with it. Yeah, Tiffy. When you saw the lineup, you saw Tiffy going through. There's absolutely no doubt. But I think that it was kind of a missed opportunity there to push Lash in that picture at the moment. Any more thoughts on that qualifier? I feel sorry for
got
Chelsea.
a nasty injury, didn't she?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh, is
out
she
too
legit
long.
injured? Oh, I didn't see what happened.
I think she
What
posted
happened?
on Instagram like a really swollen ankle or something like that. So yeah,
That sucks.
but
And again-
I'm not going to put her out for too long.
Another one who would have been excellent in the chamber, because she will do anything, and she could be great fodder for some crazy stuff. But yeah, it's a shame. I heard a brief thing about she didn't make a AAA match.
Yes.
But yeah, hopefully it's just a sprain and nothing too drastic.
Yeah. No, definitely. Right. Let's talk about the next one, which was the first one: Aleister Black versus Solo Sikoa versus Randy Orton. Let's face it, there's only going to be one winner here, and it was Randy Orton. Zero surprises. Decent match though. I thought it was really good. I'm a big fan of Solo. I really like him, and I think they could definitely do more with him. They kind of leaded on to some things with the fact that his group, MFT, wasn't there, and we'll kind of touch on that a little bit later. So he was kind of out there on his own. But yeah, really solid match, and yeah, Randy was a given for this. I don't see him winning the Chamber because I don't see him in that title picture, but he's a big name draw. So, any more thoughts on that match?
So I thought it was excellent. I mean, any match that's got Aleister Black in it is going to be good because that man is a demon with his feet. And then you've got, and then it was a whole thing of. I thought that Solo could have got a win there. I thought what they could have done with that was done him messing about, not messing about, but him being like, "Where's my family?" And all of a sudden they turn up and help him win the match, which actually would have been really, really good. And then you could have had, because there's nothing for Randy to do at the moment because he's not winning the Chamber. So you then, and are they still going with the Wyatt Six? I know he's still got the lantern, but you could have built to Randy getting back in through the losers match to get himself into the Chamber, and then get Solo out the Chamber, and then for when they finish with the Wyatt Six, then lead into a thing between the family, the MFTs, and Randy Orton, which actually would be a really cool thing to play on because Randy's the type of character that could take on the whole of the MFTs. By the way, my wife was like, "What does MFT stand for? Is it motherfucking Tongans?" And I went, "It is motherfucking Tongans, but they can't say that on television, so it's my family tree."
My family tree, yeah, that's great. I love that. Right, let's talk about Ivy Nile versus Lyra Valkyria versus Rhea Ripley. The only way I thought Rhea wasn't winning this is maybe they were going to push Lyra up because Rhea had a tag championship on her, and then they'd kind of tie that into a story. But that was on a very outside chance. This
Rhea
match was
Hogan.
this was a bit botchy. This match, particularly Ivy Nile, where she came off the top rope and she was supposed to land on Lyra Valkyria. It was on the shoulders. Yeah, so it was a messy spot. But there was a few in this, and to me, actually, Rhea didn't look great either in this match. She was quite poor, where I think Ivy Nile was actually the better performer, despite the miss.
The miss wasn't her fault. That was a timing thing. But it was the thing that I really liked about Ivy in that match is I think she drew a lot of attention from the crowd because she did some great stuff. Lyra, I thought, was very good. I don't think Lyra made a mistake. I highly rate Lyra Valkyria, but they don't play her character strong enough. She's the plucky underdog. She's like the Sami Zayn of the women's division, which is a shame because I really like her. But yeah, no, it was a meh match where it was like when I all of a sudden heard who was in the match, I was like, oh,
yeah.
This is
Lolly, what do you think of these three?
So for me, I felt like Ivy Nile was the one that stood out the most to me. And I really like Lyra. I always like when she comes on, I really want her to do well. Because you know that she just works hard and puts everything into it, especially having watched like the Unreal documentary as well. But Rhea seemed quite sluggish, I thought. And I don't know whether she's potentially, got a little bit of a knock or whether she's just a bit under the weather. But yeah, there was just some bits and pieces that just didn't seem to flow very well. But I was the most impressed probably with Ivy Nile out of everybody in that match.
I agree. Rhea needs to stop dicking about being this happy, smiling to the ring. It drives me nuts the way she prances to the ring. I think you are 6 foot wide, badass. Start acting like it. Stop. Oh, drives me insane.
Also, she's a tag team champion. What is she doing in the Chamber? It's like, elevate the tag division. We don't need you in the Chamber. Yes, you need your Mania moment, but your Mania moment should be when you lose the tag team titles and you turn on Io Sky. That's the WrestleMania moment. I don't want to see her with the world title on her. I don't want to see her as Rhea 2 belts. Focus on what is really turning into a really decent women's tag team division and leave the main event spot alone, you don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They looked great on SmackDown, the pair of them, apart from the entrance, which I've whinged about that. But yeah, in that tag match against Julia and Kiana James, brilliant match. Brilliant.
That was a really good match. Kiana James is really good.
She is.
I didn't realise how good Kiana James is, but I'm really impressed with Kiana James. She's got really good ring psychology. She doesn't make any mistakes. She is clean. She looks brutal. Because she's a tall, muscly girl, but hides it because she still looks incredibly feminine.
Yeah,
which is actually very rare because you either have very feminine or very muscular. Yeah. And she has somehow managed to get herself in the middle and looks fantastic doing it, and could be a really big star to watch. She'll eventually turn on Julia and take the IC title, I think.
Yeah, I think that would make sense. That would work really well. Those of you joining us, thank you very much. Whether you are on TikTok, whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, thank you very much. Make sure you hit a like, a follow. If you're on TikTok, hit that screen as many times as you can. We're over 1,000 likes on TikTok, so thank you very much. But yeah, supporting us is just, by following, joining us, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. In the comments on YouTube, you'll find our affiliate link, where if you're going to plan on buying any WWE merchandise, use that link. It will support the channel and we can keep growing. Thank you very much. Right, let's talk. What are we going to talk about next? Let's talk about Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Solo Sikoa. So first of all, we had Cody Rhodes attack Drew McIntyre when he came out on SmackDown. And
Fatu, not Solo.
Sorry, Jake and Fatu. Apologies.
You really confused me for a second.
Sorry, Fatu. Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Fatu. Cody Rhodes attacked him, obviously, as he came out, and Drew didn't get a chance to do much at all. He was talking about what WrestleMania means to him and how Drew's not going to make it to WrestleMania. Then we had, and he referred to himself as Raheem. Oh, Cody. It's part of his heel turn, I'm sure. Yeah, he said he wasn't going to make it to WrestleMania. Then we had obviously Drew McIntyre come out again, wants to try and address the crowd. Then we have Jacob Fatu attack him. He gets taken out. Finally, Drew manages to address the crowd, and I thought it was a really good promo. Really making sure that everyone understands the importance of the WWE Championship, how he carried the company through COVID, how he deserves to be where he is, and how the conversation between Roman Reigns and CM Punk on Raw was kind of very belittling to him. I thought it was delivered really, really well, and really made sure that, yes, okay, that match has been highlighted as a main event for WrestleMania, but he's like, I'm a main eventer of WrestleMania. And, and to be honest, the WWE Championship will tend to go on night 2, I think. So I don't know what they're going to be planning on doing this year, but that's normally the title that wraps up the show. So maybe it will be him that goes on. So what do we see happening here? Because next week we have Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and who else is in it? Sami Zayn in the triple threat qualification match. So who's going to qualify for the Chamber?
That blew the internet up, didn't it? They went mental about that qualifier. Why Triple H can't book Triple H? Just let the story play, for goodness sake. Yes. Let it play. I couldn't pick a winner out of that. But it wouldn't surprise me if Sami Zayn ended up picking up a cheap win somewhere along the lines.
With the other two kind of cause a problem between themselves, and Sammy picks. The thing is, Sammy's on that downbeat thing, isn't he? And I don't think it's in a position where he's going to be on the up to go into Elimination Chamber. You can't see past Cody unless Drew costs Cody in the match, because there's a triple threat, no disqualification. Something's going to go down during that match to cause a winner. Lolly, where do you see it going?
Well, I mean, I know I've been harping on about it for ages, but I just really want Cody heel turn. So something has to happen, and maybe that's the thing that finally sends him over the edge. Maybe Drew coming in, costing him that spot in the Elimination Chamber is what's going to push him over the edge. I hope it is, because I find him much more interesting when he's just like angry and like causing havoc for people, to be quite honest. But if that isn't what happens, I think potentially it might be a Sami Zayn sneaky win because I feel like you can't really make him like lose out of Royal Rumble and then just have him on a downward spiral for too long.
Yeah, possibly. Any more thoughts on this combination here?
Sammy can spiral down the drain and disappear, as far as I'm concerned. And it's such a shame because I was originally so for Sammy, but they let it. It's like when you got a bunch of bananas and they're perfect, and then they just go past it and you can't eat them anymore. And then you got fruit flies. And that's how we are with Sami Zayn at the moment, and it's driving me nuts. And I'm more annoyed with Cody because his huffy, lispy promos are annoying me. I thought his promo was awful after beating up things. Like, what was he talking about? Why are we doing dick jokes on a family show? And however, did you see Brandy's? Is it Brandy, his wife? Did you see her thing?
No.
She agreed.
Oh.
She agreed with his Kareem comment on social media.
Oh dear.
But you're not supposed to big up your own size.
No,
it's not. That's not how it's supposed to work. But yeah, no, I don't want Cody to win. Don't need Cody in a chamber, and I don't want Sammy, and I don't want Sammy in the chamber either. But this is me being selfish and not thinking about storyline at all. But again, Cody doesn't need it.
Yes, no, he doesn't.
Doesn't need it. I think we can have Fatu win the chamber, and then Cody cause so much chaos on the way to Mania that we have a triple threat. I don't see how we are having anything but a triple threat for that world title at Mania.
I agree. Chris says, sorry to say, I really don't think Cody will turn heel. No, as much as we want it, there's just not enough baby faces in the business right now. I don't see it never happening, but Cody in AEW as a heel was fantastic, and I think that's why we want to see it. You know,
he's the Cena.
He is the Cena. So
whether we like it or not,
years.
he is the Cena.
Yeah, might have to wait another 10 years for him to turn heel. Let's talk about some of the other Elimination Chamber matches for next week then. So we got Alexa Bliss versus Julia Gulia and Zelina. Who is going to go through there? Is it Alexa Bliss or is Julia the dark horse?
She's the IC title. She's got to be Alexa. Mm-hmm. It's also got
US
to be Alexa because US. Sorry, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's also got to be Alexa because they've done her dirty quite a lot recently. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be Zelina. I love Zelina, but it's not going to be Zelina. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's no point putting someone with a mid-card title in the chamber because she ain't going to win it. Yeah. And Alexa can go in it, do really well, and not win it, and it not be a problem.
Yeah, and Charlotte will then qualify, obviously, in a few weeks' time. So we'll have that dynamic again, I'm sure. Lexi eliminates Charlotte. Yeah, I can see that. It's a really good shout, Steve, because obviously Charlotte eliminated her from the Rumble. Lexi will probably do the same with Charlotte at Elimination Chamber. Yeah. Let's have then we have Bailey versus Asuka versus Natty. Lonnie, who do you want to take that one?
Is it obvious? I want Natty to win that one. It's only because I've been loving her work on the independent scene. I'm really excited that she's bringing the Natty character into WWE finally. Mm-hmm. Although I do feel like they kind of cut the whole thing short against Maxine in the Raw. I was just like, it was just starting to get interesting, and then AJ Lee came in and they had that whole segment with Becky which makes me wonder if they're going to be doing a Becky Natty versus AJ Lee and Maxine match at some point. But out of that match, the first match you mentioned, I would like Natty to win.
Yeah. Okay. I think that would already be great for her in the chamber, but I think it's going to be Bailey. But saying that, Asuka, there's no reason why Asuka couldn't do it either. I think this one is probably a little bit more wide open between Bailey and Asuka.
Kyrie's going to cost Asuka, and Natty's going to win. There's no way Natty loses anything at the moment. They can't have her coming in looking as badass as she did today, and she did look badass. She looked brilliant. It's the first time I've ever actually been interested
Yeah.
in Natty as a wrestler, and I thought she looked great. So I think she'll go in. She can go in there as the Shayna Baszler type. Again, won't win, but she can go in there as that badass. I quite liked the whole thing with Maxine today because it was exactly what I thought it was, which was she didn't give a toss about the match. She just wanted to beat up Maxine. And Maxine did all right as well. I don't think Maxine looked bad, but I can see Lee with his hand in the air, desperate to get in.
Totally.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
From a HR perspective.
Natty is not winning that match next week.
No.
AJ Lee's on Raw as well, and she's gonna cost Natty. She's gonna distract Natty. But Asuka's taking it.
Very
I think they're
good
building
shout.
to a triple threat between
Yeah,
Natty.
Kairi Sane could cost Asuka, and then Bailey pins Asuka, protecting Natty. So, yeah.
AJ will feature somewhere, and we're going to get I can see Natty repaying the favour at Elimination Chamber, and then jump to Mania. We got a triple threat.
Ooh, yeah, okay. Not bad shout. All right. Biker Fishy, yes, I'm going to come on to that comment a little bit later because that was very funny on that show. So I will come on to it. Jay Buddy, what do we think the chances of Finn winning at Chamber? 100% not happening, but a man can dream. So let's talk about that segment. Obviously, Finn is pushing his agenda for the championship. Punk accepted his challenge. Adam Pearce needed some convincing. And the crowd, they were pissed when he said he was going to make it official, and they thought it was going to happen that night. It's going to be Elimination Chamber. It was never going to be that night. We were always heading to Elimination Chamber, and that's why Finn wasn't in the Rumble. We needed the story to take us through to Mania. It's the road to WrestleMania, people. So, yes, that's exactly why it happened, and this match is happening. Do I see Finn winning it? No. I can't see them changing it. I don't think it's too obvious for him to keep going to turn it into a triple threat. I don't think there's enough there for Roman to warrant it. So yeah, I think
Roman has no interest in messing about with Finn Balor.
But
this is
a
personal.
Does Dom cost him by accident or whatever it may be? But there's that.
You stay here. You leave me alone. He comes down, gets hit with a belt, blah, blah, blah. And then, I mean, to be fair, Finn and Dom at Mania for the title would be a banger of a match. Proper banger. So that's probably what's going to happen, you know. And I don't mind that I know that Balor's going to lose to Punk at Chamber. I don't mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. It's a story that has to be in there to keep things rolling to the main event, and you can have in the build up to Chamber, you can either have Roman turn up, or it's a good way for Roman to not bother being on telly, which is, I want you, I hate you, I'm going to kick your ass at Mania, see you at Mania, and we don't see Roman again until after the Chamber.
Yeah, well, he's actually released his dates for his lead up to WrestleMania. I think.
Has he?
Yeah, there's about There's about 5 appearances.
Why?
He's not coming back on Raw until March.
I mean, that's fine. I got no problem with that. But why do we need to know this? Really pisses me off. It takes away
Roman's
surprises.
the draw. They want to see him face to face with Punk.
Tickets.
Sell tickets. That's what it's about. That's 100% what it's about. So,
to be fair, every time Punk's on screen, I just go duh, 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 and do this. It doesn't happen. You can't say Roman's name when he appears, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I think Finn's story ends at the Chamber from the championship point of view, but I do see him and Dom and something happening there. Maybe that's where the Intercontinental title match goes into WrestleMania. Maybe he focuses on him, and that's where it leads us to. So,
I think it needs a Dom interference, or I see Finn's road to WrestleMania ending at Elimination Chamber. I didn't see him on the card anywhere.
What else is there? Yeah.
Also, if I was Finn Balor, Finn, I'm sure you're listening, buddy. I've got some HR advice for you. I'd be taking out a constructive dismissal claim against Mr. Pearce and Michael Cole because they somehow said that just because it's no longer Roman Punk, it's a rubbish main event now. You're throwing away the biggest main event.
100%. I've got to protect the main event. I was rude.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. I'm a superstar too. Finn, call me, bro.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. And it's like, hang on, when do we stop allowing championship matches between now and WrestleMania? It's like, no, bring
It's
back
in
the 30
April.
days. Bring back the 30-day rule, man. Defend
In
the 30
April, while
days.
I'm away with customers, and I'm going to be so chock-a-block with working with blooming customers, I'm going to miss the whole of Mania, and I don't know how I'm going to avoid spoilers. And I'm going to be in the bloody States. I'm going to be in LA and Mexico, and that's an hour away. I'm very annoyed.
But
Sorry,
you love your job.
my personal life getting
But
in.
you love your job and you love your customers, and it's going to be a
being
fabulous
paid,
time.
yeah.
Right.
Shit.
What else are we going to talk about? Let's talk about Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They defeated Julia and Kiana James for the tag team titles. Really good match, I thought that was on SmackDown. So really, really solid
We
match.
mentioned
I think
that.
mentioned that earlier. What else are we going to talk about? Trick Williams. He had a bit of a step up to Drew McIntyre, and I think they need to
And
make sure they
Sammy.
have and Sammy. I think they need to make sure they have a program for him because he's over. He's really over.
Really over.
And they need to make sure he has a big match at WrestleMania. That cannot be an opportunity to miss. Do we see maybe him and Sami Zayn involved in something then? Is that where it goes?
Involved in what though? I just there's so many kind of things that we're factoring Sami Zayn into, but doesn't actually feature in anything. He's not getting a title match at Mania because he's not in the IC title picture. He's not in the US title picture. Actually, I'll tell you what. It's been so long since who's got the US title, men's US title. It's been so long since I've seen that title. I can't remember who it's on.
Carmelo.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Carmelo.
No, it's Carmelo. That's me being thick. No, Carmelo's been brilliant. So it's not going to be Carmelo because Carmelo's got Johnny Gargano to deal with and a whole bunch of other people to deal with. And we can get to Johnny Gargano's mental state. I don't see where Sammy features and where this whole miserable angle.
Maybe that's his story. Maybe he doesn't get a match at WrestleMania.
Good.
And then that's the one that pushes him towards winning the Rumble next year, and he'll win the championship in Saudi.
He can bugger off to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
To be fair, the man does deserve a rest.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a stalwart, and however much I'm bored of him, but I'm partly bored of him because he hasn't gone away.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe he can go away after Mania and come back next year.
Yeah.
Trick needs a Mania match though.
He
Trick
does.
needs to be on that card
100%.
against a good name,
Who?
and he needs to go over.
This is the thing.
Sammy
It's
wouldn't be a bad shout, I guess.
He should be in the chamber.
Yeah, agreed.
I think he should be.
Trick, yeah, in the chamber, yeah. But he's not going to win the chamber.
No, he won't win the chamber, but he needs
No,
to
he's
be
not
in there. Geordie Haynes over on Instagram, he said, "Thank you guys, never make it live, always listened on Spotify, so it's nice to feel part of it. Recently
Thank
become
you.
a dad a month ago, and daddy duty's call, so we'll listen to the rest tomorrow." Congratulations, Geordie. Yeah, I've been there recently, so congratulations. Hope everything is going well, and you and the little one and mum and all doing well, so huge congratulations. Well done, Geordie.
Keeping you company during those night feeds, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Right, let's talk about some of the promos which I thought were a little weak this week. Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vicaire. Didn't care for that segment at all.
Loved
I thought
it.
it was just
Stephanie.
really.
I did enjoy Stephanie bitch slapping Dom though. I have to.
100%.
Yeah.
I like the fact she delivered it in Spanish. I did like that, but is this something? Is this supposed to be a match we're going to get excited about? I didn't feel it.
I had an awkward moment because I was watching this morning before the kids left for school, and my 10-year-old couldn't figure out why Liv was calling Dom Daddy. How do you explain that to a 10-year-old, or just go, I don't know, and just leave it? Yeah,
No yeet.
Could not explain that to a 10-year-old girl.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, that was a funny moment in my house this morning before they went up to school. But no, listen. At the moment, I love everything Liv and Dom are doing. I don't feel anything from Stephanie Vicaire. And listen, part of it's because I don't speak Spanish. And listen, maybe if I was a Spanish speaker, what she said was incredibly impactful and delivered really, really well. but I don't speak Spanish, so it's really hard for me to understand and take it seriously. They should probably put subtitles. I mean, because it's Netflix and we get it late, maybe they should put subtitles in.
Yeah, I think when they do the show later on, 100% they should do that. I think it would be good. Saying that though, I think a promo delivered well in another language is fine. I think it works better as a vignette, like with subtitles, like when they used to do sort
It's
of
where
like
Asuka shines.
Asuka and stuff like that. Yeah, really, really great. So I think they could definitely do more with Stephanie there. But I think if it was delivered well and there was just a little bit more, again, for me, maybe a little bit more passion, because, hey, I just watched Bad Bunny and watched a whole halftime show in Spanish. I loved it. I didn't understand hardly any of it. Maybe a couple of words. Didn't make a difference. It's the way it's delivered. So I think there just needs to be a little bit more grandeur from her in delivering that. And again, we come back to this. Why don't we have managers anymore? We need more managers for some of these people who...
I volunteer. I'll be a manager.
There we go. Do you speak Spanish, though?
No, I don't. I'll just
okay.
be there with a Spanish-English dictionary. That'll be fine. That'll be my gimmick.
Yes. Flicking through. But yeah, she did call Dom a bitch, and that was quite funny. Okay, and then what about AJ Lee and Becky Lynch then? Because I didn't like that promo either.
Did you not? Oh, I thought it was good. I thought it was really fun.
I
didn't like it.
Oh, I thought it was. But the thing is, isn't that AJ's character though? Isn't that who she is? She's like this little girl who's kind of like trying to unsettle the psychopath that Becky Lynch has become. And I think that balances it out quite well, because you have someone who is basically, you have AJ Lee who is trying to psychologically abuse Becky Lynch, who has lost her mind. I thought when they showed CM Punk entering the arena and then pulled over AJ and then Becky storms past having a tantrum because AJ was there. I really liked it. I thought it worked really well. I think everything Becky does is brilliant. Maybe I'm a Becky simp, but I think she's great. I really enjoyed it. So I think you guys are wrong.
I like the Becky side of it. I think fine, because I've always found Becky a bit of an over actor, almost the Jim Carrey.
But that's the character.
Yeah.
Yes.
The AJ. Yeah. So I think that side of the promo worked really, really well tonight. The AJ Lee stuff. Oh, yeah. For me, it just felt a bit.
The
fake
question I have for you on that though, Lee, is: do you remember? Were you around when AJ was originally around? See, I wasn't.
Prime AJ.
So this is my first experience of AJ, and for me, this is AJ who is a older woman now, who's more mature and understands how to deal with someone having a temper tantrum.
I can see that.
So for me, that's probably why I like it. And if this is a very different character to what AJ Lee was back when she was originally in the company, it doesn't reflect on me because I don't know it. So I think that I think there might be a lot of people in that same situation as me. Are you in a similar situation, Lolly?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't. I mean, I've only started rewatching this from last year, and then the last time I watched it properly was 2002. So I completely missed all of Divas, AJ Lee, and everything like that as well. So this is my first experience of her as well. So I'm like a little bit on the fence, because like some of her earlier promos, I didn't feel like were quite as like little girly, I suppose. So I don't know. I'm just seeing how it evolves over time, basically.
So what do we think is going to happen at Elimination Chamber then for the title match? Becky retains, right? But shenanigans?
No, I think AJ's going to win.
Oh, really?
I do as well.
I think AJ's going to, unless they roll it over to Royal, roll it over to Mania. But do I want to see these? But do I want to see these two argue for another 3 months?
No.
Can we all agree these two promos? We'd rather watch an hour of them than another second of those Bellas last week.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Honestly, get rid of them.
Ritesh says Lolly would make a great backstage reporter. 100% agree.
Yeah.
We need to get her applications in there.
Sign me up, WWE. I'm ready and waiting.
Absolutely.
Talking about backstage reports, we had Vic from NXT commentary doing some of the posts,
Oh, yes.
some of the during the break interviews. I thought he was really good. I really like Vic. I think Vic's a great commentator. I would kick off Joe Tessitore tomorrow and replace him with Vic. I'd replace him with Vic and Booker T. I know Lee doesn't like Booker T.
I love Booker T.
I think Booker's awesome. I watched a match the other day where Booker T was commentating while beating people up in TNA. I thought that was amazing.
I love Booker T. He
He's
reminds
sounding
me
more and
of
more like
Randy
Macho.
Savage.
Yeah, exactly. He's sounding more and more like Macho Man. Absolutely.
I'll give Booker some props where his singing of Joe Hendry's song at the end of NXT last week was
Oh, I've
hilarious.
not heard that. I saw the link come up. I forgot to click it. I need to go find that.
It's so out of tune. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Ritesh said, talking about AJ, what do you think is next for AJ Styles?
Retirement.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. He's done this Steph podcast and he hasn't hinted towards doing anything else. I think one of two things that happen. He will pop up in TNA later in the year for a short run there. But alternatively, he said that he might step back in the ring if his son gets into wrestling. So he's kind of said never say never. Because, he said pretty much everyone comes back, except we know Cena's not. But yeah, I would expect another match from him at some point. Whether it's in WWE, TNA, I don't know. But yeah. Any other thoughts on AJ? No, we're good. Okay, Chris said, yeah, AJ was just missing something for me. The promo was okay. Yeah, fair enough. What's the point of AJ Lee winning the title if she's going to be a part-time champion? That's a fair point.
You could ask that about Jade Cargill at the moment, to be honest.
You don't have to be around to be a champion. That's 100% it. And Roman Reigns showed that, turned up when he wanted to. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
But if I was going to criticize Triple H, and I know a lot of people do, but the only thing I'm really criticizing Triple H is he's good at getting people to the title.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, because Jade's build to becoming champion was great. I really enjoyed it. And then he's done nothing with her. And it's obviously she's got this whole thing now with Jordan Grace, which I'm looking forward to that match.
Yeah.
That's going to be a banger because Jordan is excellent and it's someone who can match Jade power for power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we obviously had a confrontation between Jordan Grace and Jade Cargill. We had then end up having a tag match with them teaming up versus Raquel and Liv. Again, a decent match. So are they going to change the title before Mania? Do we see that happening? Because who else is Jade going to face?
If it's gonna change, it's gonna change at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
And
has
should
she
it go on
defended her
Jordan?
title yet?
Yeah. Didn't she defend it against Michin?
Oh yeah, maybe.
I know it's not saying much, but
yeah, she can't lose this early, can she?
For me, there's two money matches at Mania for Jade. There's the obvious one, which is Bianca, which needs Bianca to come back. We do. The other one is Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
They are the two Mania-esque matches that Jade would sell tickets. That's just my opinion, but I don't see anyone else, particularly on that SmackDown roster.
I don't see them putting Charlotte in the title picture again this WrestleMania. I think she'll be in a tag team match.
I do get what Lee's saying, though, because a Mania without a big Charlotte Flair match is a bit like, need a Charlotte Flair match. Because I like Charlotte Flair, and she's been made very likable. But I think that Charlotte Flair match is going to be Alexa and Charlotte.
Yeah, if it's going to be a singles match, it'll be between them if this continues. Or unless, like we say, there's going to be a big tag match and they're still together, they could team up there. But yeah, you think Bianca is the one, really, unless it's Tiffy. It's Tiffy and Jade, because we know what stock they put in her.
Oh yeah, and they had a bit of a battle as well. But yeah, so we don't know. Can we talk about Kit Wilson?
Yeah, so Kit Wilson was murdered on SmackDown.
Hang on. When you come into the ring and you do a promo like that, and with every word he was saying, I'm like, oh, they're gonna murder him.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the lights go out, and I'm like, and the green lights come on, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna die, and then Oba comes out and he goes, you're gonna die tonight. Absolutely.
It's actually the first time I've watched it, and I was just like, "Oh my god, is he actually dead?" Like, I was like, "JR, by God, stop the match! He's dead."
Oh my God! Yeah, it was. Stop
But
it! He's already dead.
But this whole thing, right? It's like people are talking about, you know, you got to book this, you got to book that. We've actually got so much to book that I think we have too much to book. It's like it's the first time I feel like WrestleMania needs to be 2 nights because you could make so many matches, and if they can build it right, you can prove you don't need title matches for a match to be a big match. So it's got to be Brock Lesnar and Oba for Mania. Has to be. Is Oba actually even in any of the matches for the Chamber?
Not announced yet, but it's not to say in a couple of weeks he won't. And I'm wondering, he'd win the qualifying match, unless there was something happening. So maybe Brock returns and ends up costing him his qualifying match, or maybe he makes it to the Chamber. Brock shows up at the Chamber. You know, when someone's eliminated, they open the door. He comes in and smashes him, and has a chance for somebody to eliminate him. Or it's one of those, he just drags him out the Chamber and never gets pinned. Because
the thing I'm thinking about is if Oba can't go in the Chamber and lose.
Yes, exactly.
He can't be pinned.
No.
So I don't think we should, for a very long time, ever see Oba pinned. You have a real opportunity to make. Bearing in mind, the whole thing with Brock Lesnar was once in a generation. You're never going to get anybody like that again. You have that opportunity here with Oba to make him this massive monster. And you've never even really got to define him as a baby face or a heel. He can just decimate anybody. It doesn't matter who they are. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. He looks fantastic. You have an absolute bona fide megastar, and you need to treat him like Vince treated Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think that, and Ritesh has said it in the comments, I think him interfering in the Chamber will have a bigger impact. I think that's the way to book it. I think I'd put him in a qualifying match for the Chamber, because if he's not in a qualifier, why? The only reason would potentially be because he hasn't necessarily signed to a particular brand yet. But put him into the Chamber match, everyone's going to be like, oh my God, this guy is going to dominate, and he's the one to look out for. Yeah, and if it's going to be Brock, have him show up. Or if it's going to be Gunther, then have him show up, and again, eliminate him in a way that he doesn't get pinned or submitted, drag him out of the Chamber and end up fighting in the arena. What's next for Gunther? Because we still haven't really figured that out yet, right?
He's in a Chamber qualifier, isn't he? Did I see his name?
Is in a Chamber qualifier. Yeah. Next week, he's with Javon Evans and Dominic Mysterio.
Holy! By the way, can we, after Gunther, can we circle to that tag match?
Yes, we can. 100%.
I think Gunther goes in the Chamber. Gunther goes in the Chamber and starts to build to Randy Orton.
Gunther wins, right? Let's talk about Javon Evans.
Yeah.
This is boring. It's like Jey Uso. I really, if Jey Uso wins a qualifier, I'm gonna
compare Gunther to Jey.
No. But it's just I'm ADHD.
He's over it.
If Jey Uso wins a freaking match and ends up in the Chamber, I'm gonna be really pissed off. He's a tag champ. Same thing I said about Rhea Ripley. Go do tag team things. Like your excellent match that you had with Tozawa and Otis.
He was shocking in that match, though. Jay was really poor in that match.
Oh no, but however,
he couldn't hit anything in that match.
However, but the match, I still thought the match was entertaining. I enjoyed the match.
Yeah,
match was
entertaining.
I'm worried for Otis and Tozawa. They both looked incredibly emotional after that match.
Maybe they're being released.
Because it's kind of odd that they got that match and Tozawa looked incredibly upset. And then it cut to them they got a lot of respect from the Usos.
Yeah.
And then it cut to them on the ramp and they looked really upset.
Yeah.
out of character upset, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, and maybe it was just good selling, but something didn't sit right with me.
Yeah, maybe the contracts are coming to an end. But yeah, obviously the Usos retained in that tag match. Again, like I said, I thought Jay was really poor in that match. Jimmy's the better of the two.
Agreed.
Jimmy's the better wrestler. He's better on the mic. He
doesn't
Jay
have the intro, doesn't have the music.
Injury. And yeah, he had that injury, and that's how Jay ended up getting put in the position he is. I'm not sure Jay's going to get pushed again, not at the rate that he's performing. So
doesn't he look gassed all the time?
All the time.
Looks no engine.
Because his intro's too freaking long.
Yeah, exactly. Ritesh said, "Bro, I'm still over the fact that Brock got eliminated during Jay's entrance." Yeah, I mean, it took him 90 seconds to get to the ring. But look, that's not the fault of the production, because I think you have eliminations due at certain times, and obviously, if anything, it was Cody and LA Knight either missing their spot, or maybe Jay just did take too long getting in the ring. A bit, people are blaming the production and blaming that part of it. It's like, no, that's nothing to do with it. Chris, my comments are coming up saying invalid. Apologies, I don't know why they say they're invalid. Your comments are coming up here on the chat, and they're fine. So I'm not sure why they're not showing up on YouTube. So apologies for that.
Make smarter comments, Chris. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Right. What else have we got? Let's turn to
Javon.
Javon Evans.
Yes.
Javon Evans and the Original El Grande Americano versus Los Americanos. Let's talk about that OG car. Oh, good Lord. Lee, do I remember saying last week you weren't a fan of Javon Evans?
Yes, you do. And I stand by that, but I'm a little bit keener on him now.
So even after that performance, not even the OG cutter, without that cutter, he was still phenomenal in that match, and you still want to stand by that. I think we need to have a performance review. With you on your opinions of people.
I just think I think in 6 months, are we going to be bored of the same shtick? No. That cutter was sexy though, wasn't it? He didn't
timing.
He had hold of him. He didn't just look like he caught him. He caught him. Insane, mad athleticism.
That was bonkers, and I loved it, and it was brilliant. And he's a lot, in his promo, he was a lot. Coming down to the ring, he was a lot. I mean, he's 21.
He's got a lot of energy to burn. He does. Lolly, are you a fan of Javon Evans?
I don't mind him in the ring. I'm not really a big fan of high flyers though, so I'm more of a technical. I like a technical wrestler in the ring.
Why?
Because I'm old school, Alex.
No, because of the character that I can see over your shoulder.
No, no one can see it on Instagram. You can only see it.
Have you got his music playing in the background? We just can't hear it. Is that all that's on your Spotify? Is different variations of Bret Hart's theme tune?
That's why she listens when she goes to sleep at night.
I've got Depeche Mode on in the background, actually, I'll have you know.
God,
Get him off. No, I actually think he's an exciting prospect. I mean, he's incredibly talented, and everything that he does is pretty, crisp and on time, and his promos are pretty good. The only thing I do find a bit cringe is that bit that he goes up to the camera at the beginning, but that's just a personal preference of mine. It's not like a bad thing on his character or anything, but I think he's he'll be the future of WWE, like Obafemi is the future of WWE.
Yeah, absolutely. Ritesh, sorry to be intrusive, but is that Daniel Craig in your background?
It is. Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. I got Daniel Craig on one side and Brett on the other.
Any reason for Daniel Craig?
So I actually won this, going off topic completely.
Yeah.
I won this in a photography competition from a celebrity photographer called Andy Gotts. So it's like a limited edition photo, basically.
Right, okay.
It's like my prized possession.
Awesome.
And Lee has a fridge.
Lee has a fridge.
Do. I'm in a garage at the minute in Scotland in a vest.
That's a choice. The vest is a choice.
Yeah.
You vain prick.
Steve, love a good tangent. Sorry, Steve, I'm bringing it right back. Right, let's. Carmelo Hayes defeated The Miz in a non-title match. Again, I think Carmelo Hayes is looking great. Really, really great performance.
Doesn't do bad matches. Just
no, he doesn't.
Doesn't do bad matches. He's brilliant.
No, and that reversal and finisher on The Miz for the end of the match was fantastic. We also had Tama Tonga defeating Shinsuke Nakamura.
Good match, that.
That was a good match. I
Good
know
match.
They've wrestled in New Japan. They got some
Tama's bulked up, hasn't he?
Mm.
Tama's
Yeah,
got way, way bigger. And so much so, I kept thinking it was Tungaloa for ages. I was like, because he was quite svelte when he originally debuted. I'm like, why have we got someone who's just the same?
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I thought it was I really enjoyed that match. I don't see the point of it, but I really enjoyed it.
No. Well, it seems like they're building. So it looks like maybe the Wyatt Six have kidnapped MFT because I think that, they had their match. And then obviously we've had this little video from Uncle Howdy. And when Solo was going to his match, he had the lantern. He was like, where's my family? Where's my family? And they weren't ringside. So I think something's happened where the Wyatt have now maybe kidnapped them or done something to MFT, which is why they weren't there to support Solo. So I think that's going to feed into next week's episode and continue that feud. But yeah, that they always work better via the video vignettes, the Wyatt Six, than in person. So can we talk about Candice LeRae seeking help for her husband Johnny Gargano and his depression? Because that was fantastic. Is he depressed because his best mate's left and he's all on his own now, or what do we think?
Apparently nobody thinks anything.
Nobody thinks anything. Okay,
I'm trying to deal with an issue in the chat because if people aren't having their comments come through on the chat on YouTube, refresh your page because we're having people who can't have chats come through. So that's why I was dealing with it. I was thinking that the whole thing about Johnny Gargano was an HR issue, so I thought Lee would love this one. Because obviously if you're seeing staff members depressed, that's probably an element where HR should get involved.
Candice LeRae really needs to direct Johnny to his employee assistance program. I'm sure they've got 24-hour, 7-day a week, counsel him. I missed this segment, to be honest, so I've got little to no impact.
Oh right, okay, yeah. I think she put
I
something
don't
on the
remember
Instagram
this segment either. I feel like
So what happened for those who skip the mid segments with the mid carders? You had
probably making dinner at that point.
You had Fraxium talking to Candice, and then it pans out a little bit, and Johnny is face flat on a box,
like
on a box, just basically crying because he's
just
sad.
laying down face down, just staring into nothing.
Because he's incredibly depressed that he lost Axiom's mask. Because it apparently meant that much to him. I think it's because Ciampa's gone and champions a champ somewhere else.
And he's won a title. Yeah.
Johnny's like, oh, maybe I could go and be a champion somewhere else. And listen, it is the spot that we have Gargano in is a problem.
Yes.
Because Gargano is so good. But again, this goes back to what I said before. I think the problem WWE has is it has such a stacked roster. You can't have a space for everybody. Yeah. And you've kind of got to say to people, listen, chill. We'll find something for you, but just not yet. And it depends on how long that stuff goes for. And it's like, you could send Johnny back. And I feel bad saying send back, but you could send Johnny to NXT and invigorate the NXT roster, especially because NXT have lost a lot of their big stars.
Yeah.
So, because they've all come onto the main roster. And it's that whole thing of moving it around. And it's like, people want to see Johnny Gargano wrestling. He's Mr. Wrestling. You want to see him wrestle. Okay, stick him on NXT. And let him, because it did great things for Finn Balor when Balor went back and got to be the Prince. And it was awesome. And it's a shame. I don't care for this angle because they're fighting over a mask. I don't know what the creatives have over fighting over inanimate objects, But we've had fighting over a doll. We've had fighting
wow.
over a lantern. We've had
Bracelets.
fighting over a bracelet. We've had fighting over a necklace. We've had fighting
Shoes.
over shoes.
Oh yeah.
and now we have fighting over a mask. I don't get it.
We had Bronson Reed smash Roman Reigns, and now it's like that wasn't a thing. You know, so it's like
We went away for ages, so he sent
yeah.
Roman
So
away.
it's like he said Roman. It's like why isn't he not at the forefront now? I think Bronson Reed's one that they should be pushing more in the vision anyway. Thank you to everyone who's coming back in the chat. I appreciate you. So Tom over on Instagram, he said I think it's about Javon Evans. He spends more time in the air than on the ground. He's mega. Yeah, that's absolutely
It's so
accurate,
true.
It's so
Can I
true.
just weigh in on Johnny a minute? Because
Go
while
ahead.
Alex was talking, I feel sorry for Johnny because Johnny's a fantastic wrestler, but a lot of his history
Johnny
in
wrestling.
NXT was tied to a lot of people that had neither. They've left. He had some fantastic matches with Andrade, gone. Fantastic matches.
Well,
with-
Andrade's gone and come back and gone and come back and gone and come back, and now he's back at the other place now.
Yeah, Ricochet, gone. Ciampa, they were low level.
Yeah.
Zayn and Owens,
Adam
to
Cole.
be honest. Adam Cole, yeah. Austin Theory.
Adam Cole has
Jumped
retired now, hasn't he?
Oh, has
Like
he?
properly retired now, hasn't he? He's got
Oh,
all sorts of
wasn't aware.
he's got all sorts of injuries. It's such a shame because he was a freaking star.
He was.
I was
He was a
gutted he
star.
didn't properly make it to the main roster.
Did you hear what his plan was to come to the main roster? This is just internet chat, but apparently Vince wanted him to shave his head and manage Bobby Lashley, I believe.
I understand why he went to AEW.
I get it.
Vince is a weird one. Anyway, so yeah, you're right. I agree with you. It's a shame because Johnny's great, but I can't talk more about superlatives about that guy. I have an HR question for you, Lee. We had a tag match.
Shoot.
We had a tag match on Raw between Los Americanos and this was the John Evans. This was the Javon Evans match, but there was promos before this. Now we know that Kaiser is Americano,
Excuse me.
and
What?
Spoiler.
You're chatting crap, man. You're chatting crap.
we're taking away the veil. We also are
We're kayfabing the show, my friend.
I'm taking away the veil of kayfabe for HR purposes, and then we have what we think are two British people as the red and blue, Ryo and whatever, the red and blue Power Rangers that are with Americano, which we think are Tyler Bate and
Double
and
espresso
Pete
and
Dunne.
iced tea. Yeah.
Is it racist or cultural appropriation to have people who aren't Mexican doing Mexican accents and speaking Spanish? From an HR point of view, how would you deal with that in your business?
From a HR perspective, that does sound like something that would probably go against most organisations' code of business conduct. Even if the Mexican wrestlers, Ray, etc., approved it, I still think they're on dodgy ground. Particularly as they're two lads from Birmingham pulling off this as well. Yeah.
To be fair to them, they were good accents.
Yeah.
They were good accents.
Kaiser Spanish is spot on. He was actually on.
He's
Triple A.
incredible.
He is, yeah, and he's fantastic. If we have this mask versus mask match, who does the mask come off? Do they both lose it? Do they both lose the gimmick? Do you see this continuing past WrestleMania?
I thought we've missed the opportunity, which was Chad eliminates Americano from the match and then unmasks.
Right. Okay.
That's what should have happened, because it should be like, I'm back and I'm Chad Gable, and then he could have just gone on to go kick his ass. I don't know. I'm absolutely stumped with this because Mark versus Mark doesn't work. Because
It's
I
one
think
of them the actual masked man, though. Is it a double mask?
Oh,
that would be incredible. But no, because none of them are the right shape.
No.
See, I don't pay attention to that. You seem
Although
to be
Chad
more in-
Gable's got the beard now. No, it's
Oh,
not Chad
yeah.
Gable.
Chad
It's too
Gable is
short.
full triangle now, though, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's a
he is.
Dorito.
Honestly, the guy is incredible. So yeah, no, but yeah, but apparently Americano, the fake Americano, is so over
Oh, in AAA.
in AAA
100% he
that
is.
Chad got booed.
Yes, they love the new one because he speaks Spanish and he's like embracing that. Do you know what I mean? And it's yeah, he is so over. I don't know.
Gracias.
Yeah, you think Chad would win because he was the original, but there's nothing to say that he would. So you know, they could keep dragging this out. Maybe I don't know. Do they become a tag team? Who knows? I don't know. It's
Or-
up in the air.
Brilliant.
Just going into my Masked Man theory even more. If the new one is so over in AAA, they'll keep him in that one in AAA, and then
Well,
Chad
maybe,
Gable is the actual Masked Man, like terrorizing the Vision at the moment, and that's his new storyline.
Oh yeah. Triple H loves a man in a black hoodie, doesn't he? So
He
Can we
does.
can we put masks on American Made and just have a 6-man
Yeah.
mental lucha libre match at Mania?
That's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
point, though. What the hell has happened to American Made? Again, brilliant tag team.
Yes.
I don't
they're
understand
so
why they're
capable.
not used.
No.
They're so good. They're so athletic and so brilliant, and they're not being used. It's crazy, especially because the tag team divisions, the male tag team division's a bit weak at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Just going back through some of the comments. Ritesh, yes, Finn is getting a title shot, so he's getting his title shot versus CM Punk at Elimination Chamber in Chicago. That has been now made official. Will we see MJF in WWE? I'd love it to happen. I don't know if it will.
100% we will.
You
He's
reckon?
got an
That
AEW
man-
tattoo on his leg, hasn't he?
Nah, that boy's coming to the big game.
I'd
He will
love to see
follow
it.
the money.
Yeah, if he's given enough money, but I really rate MGF, and I think he'll be fantastic. Finn Balor could bring back Demon Finn Balor. The only problem is that Finn Balor doesn't want him to lose. That he's not Jason. Oh, yeah, he's not Jason Perez. Finn Balor. Do we ever? There was teasing it like maybe a year ago. They were showing Demon stuff in the background in the clubhouse.
It's
and
still
stuff
in the
like that.
background at the clubhouse.
Is it still there? If he
If he
loses
comes
against
back as-
Punk, then maybe the final straw is that he becomes the Demon to try and get the title, or unless he unleashes the Demon on Dom or something and have it.
Unless they are going to put the world title on him, the Demon doesn't come back.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because unfortunately, the Demon lost clean to Edge, which was the worst booking almost ever in WWE. He got scuppered. I've already said this. I think I said this in the last 3 weeks. He got scuppered by a turnbuckle. That really pisses me off because I love the Demon, and I think
Yeah.
the Demon's an absolute brilliant character. Which is, I'm under pressure. I have to win. The Demon comes out. Works brilliantly. It's so good in this mad, crazy wrestling world that we like, that we all adore. And they fucked it.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
yeah. Right. What else have we got to cover? I think that's pretty much it. I think we've pretty much covered everything. Yep. Covered McIntyre, Rhea, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think that's it now. So cool. Finn said he's retired the Demon gimmick in an interview last year. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So that makes sense.
A gimmick is never fully retired. The right opportunity comes to come back. But again, Finn's old, man. Finn's like your age, Ken.
Cheers.
What? You're 44?
I
I think he's 44.
Yeah, he probably is actually.
I know, I said it in a condescendingly way about you being old, but yeah.
He is 44. He is 25th of July. Oh yeah, he's a couple of weeks younger than me, bastard.
Good, it works.
Right. Well, look, thank you very much for everybody who joined us in the chat, whether you joined us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. We really, really appreciate it. Ken and Not Old, appreciate you, Chris. Thank you. Yeah, the grade's coming in thick and fast now. I'm not going to be able to hide it that much longer. But yeah, no, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you as always. Make sure you're following us on TikTok at Wrestling is Awesome. I'm going to try and post more and more content there. Make sure you're following It's Lolly Holland on TikTok. Lolly, tell us about yourself and TikTok.
Yeah, so my TikTok is mainly nostalgia, some random deep dives, and a lot of hot takes. So if that's your thing, follow me on TikTok.
Yeah, and Lottie just passed 3,000 subscribers on
I
followers
did,
on TikTok. Congratulations! Awesome
Thanks
stuff.
very much.
I really like lollies. I'm HR approving that. It's a
Yeah.
good, it is a good channel.
Stamp.
Great. And Alex, is there anything else you want to talk to us about?
I've got nothing going on with my youth socials at the moment. I did put a Kit Wilson TikTok dance on TikTok, which I kind of regret now. I was hyped up on pre-workout and thought it'd be funny.
How many views did it get?
Not many, thank God.
Not enough.
No, not many, thank God. But the problem is some of my mates who don't follow wrestling, a bunch of my karting mates have all seen it and laughed and thought it's funny. They have no idea what it's about. And I'm like, if you don't understand wrestling, then you don't understand. It's not just a random TikTok dance. But yeah, it's me in the gym doing something silly. But then there's part of me that feels like actually doing it would be quite funny as a continual thing as I continually to get more muscular and overtake Lee as being the fittest guy on the panel.
Okay, Lee, is there anything else that you want to mention on today's show?
One thing, I want to give a shout out to one of our co-commentators, Sam. Sam's on wrestling.
Yes.
He's got a little segment on there called The Lockbox, and I think he chucks stupid things in wrestling.
Yes.
So go and follow him, and I shall be dropping one of my.
Is that like a Room 101?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
That's exactly it. It's like Room 101. Yeah, Sam from Sam's on Wrestling. He's part of the show as well. He's got a fantastic channel. Make sure you follow him on YouTube and TikTok. They post like 3 to 4 times a week.
And he does a live where he just live answers your questions. And bearing in mind, he's 10 years younger than I think all of us in here.
Yeah, at least.
Except Kenan is like 12 years younger than Kenan. And his knowledge is phenomenal. And then I'm in there trolling it, throwing stupid questions at him.
Yes.
And he still answers them, which I love.
Yeah, he goes live every day. I think it's around 5 or 6 p.m. About 6 p.m. I think he goes live for about an hour. So if you want to test Sam on his WWE knowledge, make sure you check out Sam's on Wrestling on TikTok. Great content. And I don't know where he finds the time. It's incredible. And that's it, I think. So thank you very much for everybody. We are loving this live format. Thank you for everybody who joined us in the chat. Really appreciate you. I've posted the affiliate link in the description of the video, and it's also in the chat as well. So if you're planning on purchasing anything from WWE Shop, make sure you follow that link, and it also helps support the channel. And
give Kenan more things to go live on at one time.
Yes.
Make it more difficult for us to manage the chat before it crashes and shits itself anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, sorry for the comments and the fact that you guys are having issues with the comments. So need to figure that out. I don't know whether Instagram messed it up or whatever it is, but
Chris in the chat's telling me to leave your age alone because he's older than Ken.
Thank you, Chris. YouTube friend. Thank you very much. Right, that's it. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to have to end the live stream on these different platforms now, so you may see me staring off into a corner while I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Thank you very much. And guys, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate you all. And until next time, keep it wrestling is awesome. Peace out. Right, end stream.